Hello, Lilac class. I'm now going to read you pages 7 to 12 from Shackleton's Journey by William Grill. The dogs. In 1914, a cargo of 99 dogs was sent from Canada to London. Of these, 69 were chosen for the expedition. Shackleton and the crew gave them all names, and you may notice that some are named after famous people and crew members. The dogs came from a mongrel mixture of breeds, including Newfoundlands, St. Bernards, Eskimo dogs, wolfhounds, and wolves. Crossbreeding the dogs meant that they were very strong and had qualities such as a thick coat or a good temperament. The average weight of each dog was 100 pounds. They included Altie, Hutchinson, Blackie, Bob, Bosun, Bristol, Brownie, Buller, Bummer, Caruso, Chips, Dismal, Elliot, Fluff, Gruss, Hackenschnitt, Hercules, Jamie, Jasper, Jerry, Judge, Luke, Lupoid, Mac, Martin, Mercury, Noel, Paddy, Peter, Roger, Roy, Rufus, Rugby, Sadie, Sailor, Saint, Sally, Sammy, Samson, Sandy, Satan, Shakespeare, Sidelights, Simeon, Slippery Neck, Slobbers, Snowball, Soldier, Songster, City, Spider, Split Up, Spotty, Steamer, Steward, Stumps, Sub, Sue, Surly, Swanker, Sweep, Tim, Upton, Wallaby, Wolf. The lively dogs were to play a vital role in Shackleton's expedition. Their ability to pull more than their weight, brave the cold, and work in packs meant that they were at home in Antarctic conditions. They were expected to cover up to 20 miles a day with a loaded sledge. Each crew member was assigned at least one dog to care for, and many developed strong bonds with them, especially second in command Frank Wild, Tom Crean, and the photographer Frank Hurley. Endurance. Originally intended for tourists, cruises, and polar hunting, the Endurance, or Polaris as she was initially named, was perhaps the strongest wooden vessel in the world, with the exception of the Fram. She was named after Shackleton's family motto, "By endurance we conquer." Endurance was designed by old Ulrud Larsen and constructed under the watch of master shipbuilder Christian Jacobsen at Fram Shipyard in Sandford, Norway. Jacobsen, being a meticulous craftsman, made sure that all the men who worked on the ship's construction were experienced seafarers, as well as skilled shipwrights. One of the main differences between the Endurance and the Fram was that the Fram was bowl-bottomed, allowing her to rise out of the ice if she became stuck. Luckily for Shackleton, the original owners, Adrian de Galache and Lars Christensen, were in financial straits and desperate to sell the ship. Being supportive of Shackleton's intentions, they were happy to sell Endurance for £11,600, approximately £45,000 in today's currency, a fraction of the original cost. Being such a unique ship, Endurance had to be worked on with a whole host of conventional and unconventional carpentry tools. Endurance was built from Norwegian fir, oak, and green heart. Her keel was made up of 4 sandwich pieces of solid oak, totaling to a thickness of nearly 2.2 meters, while both her sides were 0.7 meters thick. A very robust and sturdy little ship, Endurance was designed specifically to withstand harsh polar conditions. This meant that wherever possible, joints and fittings were cross-braced and strengthened, making her extremely strong. Later on, a platform was rigged under the jib boom so that Hurley was able to film the ship breaking through pack ice. The bow, the front, would be used like a battering ram to break up thick ice, so it had to be especially strong. In total, it was 1.3 metres thick. Each piece of timber had been selected carefully from a single oak tree so that it would fit the design and curvature of the ship. Equipment and supplies. As well as supporting a crew of 28 men and 69 dogs, Endurance carried a large amount of cargo. Journeying into the heart of Antarctica meant that Shackleton would need to carry a whole array of exploration equipment and supplies to keep him alive in hostile conditions, from sledges and skis to blankets and nets. Just before departure, Shackleton was presented with the Union flag of King George V, who encouraged him to bring it back safely.